I know there have been a lot of questions about the progress we're making, and I thought I would give you a tour and let you all see it for yourselves. Pretty exciting stuff happening up here. So let's take a walk. So far, no big changes in the entrance, except that we now have the new narthex and greeting area open and available. See, they still got some equipment in here, but these walls to the left are all new. This is where the cash registers were. So if I walk around this corner, they've closed in this whole wall. And this is going to be our temporary narthex. The coffee booth will be right in front of us, right there against that wall. And then we'll have some temporary offices over here on the side. But this is going to be the main entrance now for the church. Then we come through this space, and we'll have a welcome sign or something here pointing people. You won't have to figure this all out on November 10th. But we'll have an arrow here because this is the pathway that we'll walk through to get to the sanctuary and the children's areas. This wall ahead of us now on the left, this wall that goes all the way up to the ceiling, is the permanent wall for phase 2. So that wall will stay with us even when we move to the other side. Everything beyond that wall will be phase 2 construction. We come around this corner now. You might remember that this corner was the Spirus Medical Clinic. So we've closed in that space to make it into the children's nursery area. So we walk down this hallway. See, the drywallers have been very, very busy in here. All these new walls. So here is the new children's area. We've added a doorway here. So, and in this room right here is a new classroom. So I haven't turned the lights on over here, but this goes back into the medical office area. So that hasn't really changed, except that we closed in the walls and then we added this new doorway. But this wall in this classroom over here is brand new. I'll show you that one. So that's a brand new classroom. This was in the eye center. So we've added that space. Small classroom in there. That'd be a good space for, I think this is preschool. And then we go down the hallway. And here we divided these rooms up. We blew these walls out, closed in one doorway, and then divided that space into 2 classrooms where it was 3 rooms before. There was a records room and then 2 exam rooms. We've closed that all in to be one space. Again, sorry the lights aren't on in here. But that is all new. And the rest of this space in here has just been cleaned out, prepped up, ready for paint. And then this wall is all new. This wall goes all the way to the other end of the building. So we made this space into the children's activity area for their story times and for some playtime. And this was the old pharmacy. So we've taken out all the counters and everything and tried to clean this up. And that will be a fun space for them to be able to play and to listen to Bible lessons. So what's really nice here is if you can catch this kind of panoramic, all the children's space is now safely protected. There's one way in. There'll be a check-in station here, and all of the kids will be able to be in classrooms, and adults will be able to have good supervision on them. We come out. So there's our big new hallway. Again, everything to the left there, that big tall wall, is what we call the demising wall. And that wall separates phase 1 from phase 2. And if I turn to the right here, there is our new sanctuary. And it extends all the way down. And then this area, where I'm standing now, you can kind of hear the echo. This will be our temporary fellowship hall. We'll also be able to use this space for Awana games and then for table group discussions. I'm going to walk you down. I'll hold you in suspense on the sanctuary just for a second because I want to show you something else that's really cool down here. If we walk down here, we have 2 new rooms. Again, this whole wall is brand new. And in here, we have a middle school and a high school room, exactly the same. side by side. And these are really cool spaces. Again, nice tall ceiling. That's a fairly large room. And this is new for us because we did not have this kind of space available. We were doing middle school, high school, sometimes shared spaces. But here we have space for both of them. Really cool space. There's been talk about putting a basketball hoop in there so that the kids could play ping pong table, some other games. So really just excited about the ministry that can happen both for the middle school and the high school as they both have some fun space available. All right, again, here is the other view of the fellowship hall. And let's walk into the new sanctuary. This is the new sanctuary. And it is close to being done with drywall. And I'll walk around here so you can see it from a number of different perspectives. But this is a very large space. Each of those poles is 40 feet across. So there's a pole there and there's a pole in the wall. So that's 80 feet across by 80 feet deep, roughly. And the platform will be up against this wall. In fact, if I go down here a little bit, that blue corner in the bottom left there will be the corner, the front corner of the platform. And I'll go from there back to the wall, and then there's another square corner over there. I'll walk you through the back of this, and you can see we'll do another panoramic of the back, looking back towards the platform here. All right, so now we're going to spin around. And that is going to be our temporary sanctuary. For comparisons, this is roughly twice the size of what we're currently worshiping in now. The engineering drawings show that this room could hold up to 400 people. Now we're going to head out of the sanctuary, and we're going to make our way back to the restrooms. Remember, the restrooms in Shopko were in the far back. So the wall to the right is the sanctuary. The wall to the left is what we call the demising wall. Everything behind that is phase 2 construction. We're going to come down the hallway here. We did make another room here for storage. We can do some other programming in here, but it's not going to be permanent programming space. This could be the temporary home to the Learning Resource Center. We just didn't want the sanctuary to feel super cavernous. So this wall here on the right is the sanctuary, and then we've got about 9,000 square feet in here of storage room. We can clean this up. I think we're going to play our cornhole tournament in here. That'll be exciting in a few weeks. So just it's a useful space, but we're not going to use it permanently as program space. And then we're going to come back down, and we're going to go down this hallway. This is a walk, so if you have to use the restroom, you need to be thinking about this a little bit beforehand. We will go through these doors. This is the entrance by the changing rooms in Shopko. So here are the old changing rooms. Those are still there. This area will all get pulled out in phase 2 and be turned into the kitchen. And then we open this wall up. This was not here typically. We open this up. So this wall actually goes out into phase 2. So I don't know if I can do this. I can try. But if I lift this up above the wall, there's phase 2 construction. All that will be phase 2. So basically nothing's really happened in there. We're waiting. But we had to make this wall in order to protect people from walking into phase 2. And then here are the restrooms. Women's room, men's room. No changes there. Now if you want to get to the pastoral offices, we're going to come around here. Again, this hallway used to go out into the floor. That was all blocked off, same kind of wall. Pastor Levi was enjoying, we do have a little window here, so we can safely watch what they're doing from this back corner when they're involved in phase 2 construction. But otherwise, we will not have access to that area. All right, from here, we're going to go up to the pastor's offices. This was in the employees only area. This was a lounge upstairs. For upstairs, we come around the corner. This area in the back here, which was the employee lounge, will be the InterVarsity Christian Fellowship space for the IV staff. We'll come around the corner here. There's another set of offices behind these doors. The first office to the right, I believe, will be Pastor Nate's office. Nice little office in here. And then we go down to Pastor Levi's office. See, he's already got some books ready to move in here. That's awesome. This will be Pastor Levi's office. And Pastor Travis and I will be down here working on this end of the room. Got some dividers in here. And then in the center of this room will be a conference room, corporate work area where we can collaborate. So from here, I'm going to take you back downstairs. I'll take you back into phase 2 so you can see what the phase 2 room looks like now. No work has been done there except for that demising wall being constructed. But I think even seeing what that wall looks like makes the space more, makes it visually more apparent, the kind of room that we're going to have in there. So, hope you enjoyed this part of the tour. I will be back with you in a second. All right, one last stop on our tour. We're going to go into the phase 2 area. I turned the lights off to the back before I came up to the front, so I apologize that the back is not well lit, but I wanted to give you an idea. Nothing really has changed here, except there's the new wall. So if you've been in here before, this was just a huge open cavernous space, but now you can get a sense that this is going to be the sanctuary right up ahead of us. If we go back around in this area by the old bookstore, there's going to be a new bathroom, men's and women's bathroom. And then following that line, there's going to be all new kids space between me and that wall. All along there. So just think about the wonderful spaces that are going to be included in phase 2. Everything to the left of that wall, everything in the foreground from that wall. From here over, this will all be kids space. There's going to be a kids auditorium. Back here, there's going to be a 5,000 square foot indoor play area. In the back here, you see where the fitting rooms are. That's where I mentioned before that fitting room area is going to turn into the kitchen. So then on this side of that wall, it's going to be a fellowship hall area. And then to the right of that is going to be a little cafe area that we can use for groups or table discussions. So I just think it's helpful to set the dream in parameters of the new wall and the new space. So Evangel, this is going to be our future home. How exciting what God is doing for us and with us and through us. May He and His name be praised and lifted high. May many people in Houghton come to faith in Jesus as a result of the new space that we have and the opportunities we have to share the gospel. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I'll keep updating you as things move along. Bye-bye.